Hi there, I am Emma Adams. I'm going to be talking about body modifications today. I really hope this does help some people, because I do know that people will be looking into wanting to get body modifications. Specifically, this is more from experience that I am getting at. I'm not a professional, I'm 14 years old. This is just my opinion about stuff, and body modifications specifically. And just my opinions and some things that I've learned about them as I have learned about body modifications. I, of course, do not know everything, but I do know quite a bit for my age. And considering I'm a girl, not a lot of people think that girls specifically are into this kind of stuff, but I am a lot, along with music. That's why there's a guitar right there. Anyway, I'm first going to start out by saying what my body modifications are and what I'm going to get in the very near future, specifically in about an hour. I have this ear stretched to an 8 gauge. This ear's his 16 gauge. It's not really stretched that much, but it's because this ear does not take well to stretching, so I need to go slower. I have 2 helix piercings, and then I do have one on my body, but I am not going to say what it is because, I mean, I will get ridiculed for it, and and I just don't want to risk being offended because this stuff stays on the internet, so I might say it eventually in a video, but I'm just starting out, so I don't really want to disclose what it is. I don't know if I said this already, and in about an hour I'm going to be piercing my own lip, which kind of segues into what I'm about to say, which is risks of piercing yourself, specifically. There's also risks, I said that wrong, there's also risks if you were to say, tattoo yourself, but I wouldn't know what those are because I have not tattooed myself, obviously. I am 14 years old. I am 4 years younger than what you're supposed to be to get a tattoo in America. So, yeah, I don't know about other places, but whatever. Risks of piercing yourself. There's a lot of things that can happen if you pierce yourself. There is even more of a risk than if you were to get it done by a professional. There's risks of infection, of you fucking it up and like getting it crooked or something. There's just a lot more things that can go wrong, specifically if you don't use the right materials. Like, I'm going to give this an example because I know a lot of people do this. It's not a good idea at all. Using sewing needles. Big no-no. Do not do that. And guns. No, please don't do that. Unless you want me to find you. And I will. Just not good ideas. Needles and guns, they do the same thing. They do pierce through your skin, and they do allow jewelry to go through. But, just so much more, they hurt more for once. Like, needles, using a hollow needle, specifically, you cannot use, like, a sewing needle and expect to get the same outcome as a hollow needle. The hollow needle actually removes flesh from your body, wherever it is that you're piercing, and hollow needles, and like sewing needles and guns, they just push it out of the way. They do nothing. They just push through, a gun specifically just pushes through something that's already tapered and it puts it into your body, and that is not good for your body. It shocks whatever you're piercing. Say if you're piercing your earlobes, which I did get them done with the gun because I was in 4th grade, they shock your earlobes, and it's just not good. And it's specifically not very good for stretching, especially. But I am stretching my ears, nonetheless. Yeah. Oh, and actually, I'm going to throw this in just real quickly. Along with risk of piercing yourself, also with doing, like, ear stretching, if you're going to do ear stretching, just try to get it as close up here so that you have a lot of lobe to work with. I just left it where my actual hole originally was because I have quite big earlobes, so I figured, I'll be good. Which probably was not a good idea, but whatever. Why I think that piercings are positive. I'm actually going to just combine what I have, 2 things that I have down, again, why I think they're positive, and why people can perceive them as negative, because those are going to intertwine anyway, even if I try to put them separately. I think they're positive because they can attract attention from people that you might want to talk to. Say you're at a concert or whatever. and you're looking for somebody who has the same taste in music. Say you're going to a Blood on the Dance Floor concert, and you're looking for somebody with the same taste in music, which obviously everybody has that same taste in music if you were at BOTDF, specifically their music, but, you know, whatever, my opinion. And you're going to the concert, but you're also looking for somebody who is into body modifications. If you have body modifications, specifically if they're visible, such as ear stretching or facial piercings, then you will probably get their attention, and somebody, if they're not shy, they will probably start talking to you. And if they're cute, that's a one-up. Yeah. But why people think that they're negative? People associate body piercings with bad people and alternative people, and sometimes that's not a good thing. I mean, I do listen to more alternative music, and people do not like me for that. But I'm just like, whatever about it. I don't really care. If people don't like me, I'm fine with that. I do not care. I'm not going to try to change their opinion. They can have their opinion. But if they hate me because of body modifications specifically, that is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Some people don't like the fact that people listen to alternative music or listen to that or like live that lifestyle, but that's their opinion, and that's why people can perceive it as negative, because they think that entire lifestyle is a negative thing and that you will like just not be a good person because of it, which a lot of people are. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because I can rant on and on and on about it. Next, I'm going to say, if you're, say, a minor, such as myself, parents and body modifications. I want to start out by saying, please do not do it without your parents' permission. I did one without, I've done all of mine that I have currently without my mom's permission, but I don't really care, because she's fine with it. But just make sure to get your parents' permission, and make sure it's okay. If they don't agree with that at first, just continue to pester them about it. That's what I did with my lip piercing, and I'm piercing my lip in an hour. Okay, so next I'm going to say just ones that I think that minors, personally, I don't think that they should have, even though I do want them when I'm older. Specifically, genital piercings, I'm just going to say it. I don't think that most minors would be able to be okay with, say, nipple piercings or anything like in the crotch hole region piercings, those type of piercings. I personally don't think that they're very good for minors, but you know what, I'm just gonna say it. I have a nipple piercing. I did do that myself, and even though I don't recommend it, it's just because it was something that I know that I was probably gonna get one day anyway, so I did it sooner rather than later. I don't recommend it. It does hurt very, very bad. That's mostly why I don't recommend nipple piercings, but whatever. I gotta hurry up. And